People of this horde, listen. A date stands before us, 13/20/25 is not an ordinary day. It is a line drawn in eternity, a moment when the invisible becomes visible and the hidden is laid bare. For years, the signs have been whispering. The world has been trembling under the weight of secrets. In governments, in the human heart. But on that day, the veil will begin to lift. What has been concealed will be shouted from the rooftops. The foundations that men have built, the idols of power, the towers of pride, the altars of greed. They will shake. You will see it in the halls of power and in the quiet corners of your own life. This is not a day to sleep. It is a day to awaken, to rise from the dust and return to the ancient paths. A call to return to your first love, to the truth that once burned bright but has been dimmed by comfort and compromise. July 13 is not just a moment in history. It is a crossroads for the nations and a turning point for every soul. It will mark a season of harvest. Destinies will be released, doors opened, old chapters closed. Mercy will still reach out its hand, but judgment will stand at the threshold. Some will see this as a curse, others will see it as a divine invitation. The difference lies in the heart. The hour is late, the shaking is coming. Choose now whom you will serve. Stand in the light before the darkness overtakes. For on July 13, 2025, everything will change. Of course, let's expand on one keynote deeply in the same style. Here's an expanded keynote based on Yahweh, Day of Revealing. Hidden things will come to light, Ogo, on that day, July 13, 2025. The hidden things will be dragged into the light. What has been spoken in secret chambers will echo across the earth. Words whispered in the dark will be broadcast in the daylight. Plans that were forged behind closed doors in the shadows of power will be laid bare for all to see. The masks will fall. The facades built by pride, deception, and self-preservation will crack. The world has been living behind curtains of illusion, politicians hiding agendas, corporations masking greed, individuals cloaking wounds and sins in layers of distraction. But the hour is coming when every deception will be stripped away, every false covering torn down. It will be a day when men and women will stand exposed, and all will be forced to confront what lies beneath. Those who have built their lives on lies will tremble, while those who have walked in truth will stand firm. This unveiling is not to destroy, but to awaken, to call the hearts back to sincerity, to purity, to the foundation that cannot be shaken. It is an act of mercy, for only when the disease is revealed can it be healed. Only when the wound is exposed can it be cleansed. So, prepare your heart. Examine the hidden chambers of your own soul before the trump sounds and the shroud is lifted. For the day of revealing is coming, and on that day, every secret will be known and every heart will be tested. On July 13, 2025, the illusions that have shaped our world will begin to crumble. The false securities we've clung to, our wealth, our technology, our comforts, will be shown for what they truly are: fragile, fleeting, unable to save us when the shaking begins. The towering idols of this age, whether built from marble or pixels, will totter and fall. The trust we've placed in governments, in economies, in our own strength will be exposed as misplaced. Like sandcastles before the rising tide, these structures will wash away, leaving many standing stunned and bare on the shore. It will be a moment of reckoning for a generation that has traded eternal truths for momentary pleasures. A time when the noise of constant entertainment and endless distractions will be silenced and the hollowness beneath will echo loud. Yet in this collapse, there is a hidden mercy. When the counterfeit is destroyed, only then can the true foundation be revealed. When the idols fall, our eyes are forced upward to seek that which cannot be shaken. This unraveling is not the end, but the beginning of a greater calling, a call back to what is real, unchanging, and eternal. The collapse of illusions is an invitation to turn from what perishes and cling to what endures forever. On July 13, 2025, a hidden shaking will ripple across the spiritual realm. What many thought was only physical or political will be revealed as deeply spiritual. The battle that has been raging in unseen places will break into the open, and the veil that has kept so many blind will begin to tear. This is a moment when darkness will seek to advance more boldly, hoping to claim hearts in a wave of confusion and fear. But even as the shadows move, a great light will begin to pierce through. Those who have been slumbering spiritually will feel an awakening deep within, an urgent stirring in the soul that they can no longer ignore. The complacent will be confronted. The lukewarm will be forced to choose. No longer will it be possible to drift through life half asleep, carried by comfort and convenience. On this day, a line will be drawn, clear and unmistakable. The call will echo, choose this day whom you will serve. The old ways of compromise and easy faith will be tested by fire. It will be a time of exposure, of hearts, of motives, of hidden allegiances. But in this testing lies the seed of revival, the chance to rise with new strength, purified and unshakable. What is coming is not just an event, but a spiritual crossroads, demanding a decision that will shape destinies for years to come. On July 13, 2025, there will be a trembling that shakes the very foundation of what we've trusted. Many have built their lives upon the illusions of security, wealth, power, technology, human systems, believing they are immovable. But on this day, those foundations will crack, and the idols we have worshipped in silence will be exposed as empty and powerless. It will be a moment when the masks fall off and the strongholds crumble. What was hidden beneath the polished surface, the pride, the greed, the secret compromises will be brought into the light. The world will see that even the mightiest empires are nothing but dust when confronted by a higher hand. This shaking will not come to destroy, but to awaken. It will be a divine invitation to return to what is true and eternal, to build not on sand but on the rock that cannot be moved. Many will resist, clinging to what is fading, but those who heed the warning will find a deeper strength, a hidden refuge. In this moment of unraveling, the remnant, those who have kept their hearts set apart, will rise as beacons. They will carry a message not of fear, but of hope, pointing the way to the only foundation that will remain standing when all else falls. On July 13, 2025, the veil between what is seen and unseen will thin, and many will experience a sudden, undeniable sense of awakening. There will be a collective stirring, a call echoing deep within the human spirit, urging us to step out of complacency and into destiny. We have been lulled to sleep by distractions, numbed by endless noise, and chained by comfort. But on this day, the still small voice that has long whispered in the corners of our hearts will grow louder. People will begin to see beyond the surface. The illusions will fade, and the deeper currents of purpose and truth will break forth. It will be a moment when hearts are stirred to remember who they truly are and why they were placed on this earth. Passions long buried will be reignited, dreams thought lost will flicker back to life, and courage will awaken in souls that had forgotten how to fight. This awakening won't be confined to the few. It will spread like fire-igniting movements, shaking communities, and sparking unexpected alliances. It will remind us that we were not created to drift, but to rise, to stand for something greater than ourselves, and to become living signs pointing to a higher calling. On July 13, 2025, there will be a great revealing, a pulling back of the curtain that has long hidden truths from our eyes. Many things long kept in the shadows, secrets, motives, hidden agendas, will come into the light, leaving no place for deception to hide. Those who have built their foundations on lies will find their walls crumbling, their facades shattered in a single moment. Systems and leaders who have thrived on manipulation will face a sudden reckoning. For years, people have sensed something beneath the surface, a quiet undercurrent of dishonesty gnawing at the fabric of society. On this day, that undercurrent will surge to the surface, undeniable and unstoppable. It will be a day when the masks fall, when the carefully woven webs of illusion unravel before the watching world. People will be forced to confront what has been hidden in plain sight, and choices will have to be made to stand with truth or to cling to comfortable lies. This revealing will not come simply to expose, but to offer a chance for restoration. In the breaking open, there is an invitation to return to what is pure, to rebuild on a foundation that cannot be shaken, and to walk in the light rather than the shadows. On July 10, 2025, the illusion of control will be shattered, and humanity will be confronted with its true vulnerability. For so long, we have trusted in our own hands, our technologies, our systems, our wealth, our power structures. We have believed we were masters of our destinies, architects of our own kingdoms immune to disruption. But this day will come as a thunderclap, a sudden interruption in the rhythm of the world, showing us that the control we boast of is nothing more than vapor. The structures we have worshipped as unshakable will tremble. The safety nets we have built will tear before our eyes. Events will unfold that no government, no scientist, no strategist can stop. The very ground beneath us, not only physical but also the emotional and spiritual ground, will seem to shift. The markets, the institutions, the empires we have built with pride will reveal their fragile nature. In that moment, many will realize how small and powerless they truly are without the anchor of something greater than themselves. Yet within this humbling lies a call to return, to let go of false security, and to remember that the one who holds all things cannot be moved. It is in our surrender, not in our striving, that true strength and peace will be found. On July 13, 2025, a powerful wave of spiritual awakening will sweep across the land. It will not come softly or politely, but as a rushing wind, shaking the hearts of those who have been slumbering in complacency. The distractions and noise that have numbed our souls will suddenly lose their grip, and the still small voice that has long been calling will rise above the chalice. People from every walk of life will find themselves yearning for something deeper, something real, something eternal. Old wounds will surface. Long ignored questions will demand answers. And the emptiness that worldly pleasures have failed to fill will become painfully clear. Many will fall to their knees, not in defeat, but in desperate longing for truth, for light, for restoration. This day will ignite a hunger for repentance, for turning away from the idols of self, success, and materialism. It will open eyes to see that beyond all earthly pursuits lies a higher purpose, a divine invitation to return to the ancient paths of righteousness and mercy. In this awakening, souls will discover that what they truly need has been waiting for them all along. The hardened hearts will begin to soften, and the dry bones start to stir with life. This will be the hour when the flame is rekindled and a sleeping generation rises to embrace the call that echoes from eternity. As the world stands on the brink of this monumental day, July 13th, 2025, a profound shift in leadership will quietly begin to unfold. This will not be a change announced with fanfare or declared by the powerful, but a subtle, yet unstoppable movement stirring beneath the surface, one that will reshape the very foundations of authority and influence. Old structures built on pride, corruption, and selfish ambition will begin to crumble, exposing their frailty. The people will no longer be content to follow leaders who serve only themselves or the interests of the few. Instead, a hunger for true justice, integrity, and humility will rise like a tide, calling forth new leaders who carry a different spirit, a spirit of servant leadership, of sacrifice, and of courage. These emerging leaders will not seek glory or applause, but will be marked by a deep sense of responsibility and a calling to serve the common good. They will be people who listen, who heal divisions, who speak truth even when it costs them dearly. The old guard will resist, but their power will wane as the hearts of the people shift toward leaders who embody the timeless values of honor and righteousness. This change will ripple beyond politics into every sphere, business, community, even within homes, bringing a new era where leadership is not about control, but about empowerment. It will be the dawn of a leadership revolution where the greatest power lies in humility and the willingness to walk the difficult path of justice and compassion. The world will never be the same again.